talk about is bullying and the impact it has on people.
Feel sweet, do you feel sweet? It's amazing. I have no skin and I feel everything. It's amazing.
A fifth grader in the Burlington Area School District is very severely bullied. It kind of started, I think, as just a disagreement between friends over, I think it was even just the Christmas performance that we had. You have your annual holiday performance that all the grades get together, and I think we had a disagreement. And it started as one person against me and kind of snowballed. And I think that's one of the biggest things with bullying is that a lot of times it does snowball into other people being afraid of the person who is doing the targeting. So it got to a point where I was afraid to go to school. My parents noticed I would get sick to my stomach at the thought of going to school. And I had been a very outgoing child. I played a lot of sports. I had been involved in a lot of things at school, you know, at that age, safety patrol, peer mediation, things like that. And just kind of took a downturn, and it affected my life greatly because I still, to this day, even though I don't probably sound like it, I'm a very shy person and I have a guard up a lot of the time.
When you were being impacted by the bullying, was there anyone who came to your defense that may have helped you, may have recognized what was going on?
I don't remember there being anybody, and I think that's one neat thing about the buddy bench that we're kind of talking about today is to have someone that would have sat with me, a friend or a peer that just, you know, kind of said that it was okay and that they were still my friend. That might have made a huge difference, but I think at the time a lot of the fear that some of my peers had maybe kept them from doing that.
Could you tell me, what advice would you give to younger people today about bullying and what they should maybe try to do to deal with it?
I think they need to find someone who's a safe person. I know, obviously, when I was in fifth grade, we didn't have things like Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, and that's, you know, I could go home and I could be in a safe place with my parents. But now when kids go home, they're not really safe from the bullying that they receive at school because of those electronic mediums. And so I think it's important that they find somebody they can confide in. If it's a peer or even a babysitter, maybe they're afraid to tell their parents, or a teacher at school. You know, I think a lot of times teachers don't realize it's going on because kids are very good at hiding it.
Now, you mentioned earlier that you were involved in lots of activities and the impact it had. What impact did it have on your parents? I think sometimes we forget that bullying doesn't just impact a person.
Right.
It impacts a larger audience.
I think the impact it had on my parents was even a little bit different because my dad was a teacher in the school district that I went to. So I think he felt a little bit betrayed because none of the teachers reached out to him and told him what was going on, and they kind of said they couldn't really do anything about it. And you know, he eventually took me to see the school counselor and get some help dealing with what was going on. And I now as a parent myself, I can't imagine kids being horrible like that to my son. I can't imagine, you know, as an innocent child in elementary school. You know, kids are pretty genuine at that point in time, and I can't imagine seeing him go through something like that.
Now there is no sin in anything, and it's amazing. I love life, I hope you do too, 'cause I love everything, it's all amazing. I feel new, do you feel new? I understand when they say we're born again, 'cause I've been born again, I'm born again.